I'm sure you've all heard or read about the infamous Proverb 31 woman. You've probably encountered her in real life. You know, the lady in your church or on your social media feed who always seems to have her life together. I'm talking about the one whose child or children are always so well behaved and she feeds them organic meals and she makes their clothes by hand. Her and her husband seem to always be in love and they leave the rest of us seriously reconsidering what we're doing with our lives. Well, that's not exactly what being a Proverbs 31 woman is all about, but hey, there are some lessons to be learned from it for both men and women. As this passage unfolds, let's listen in on what verses 1 through 9 are about. Son of my womb, son of my vows, listen and take heed to the advice that I'm about to give you. Stay sober and sober-minded. Always speak up for the poor and the needy. You are a king. You can have any woman that you want. Beware of those who try to trap you and use you to gain influence for themselves and their children. Son, find yourself a godly wife. In reality, not all men are looking for godly women, and therefore godly marriages aren't being formed. But for those who would love to take heed to the advice given to King Lemuel, this passage of scripture depicts the ideal wife, one who fears the Lord, one whom a husband can trust, and one whom her children will rise up and call blessed. So I ask, who can find a godly wife? For her worth is far above jewels. Ladies, men want a woman who will be an asset to their lives, not a liability. So it would be wise for us to glean from the wisdom shared by this mother to her son, instructing him on what to look for in a wife. For example, a godly wife wakes up before everyone else to take care of her household and make sure they are all well. She uses her talents and the work of her hands to produce merchandise and goods and sells it to make money. In the words of Beyonce, how we're smart enough to make these millions, strong enough to bear the children, then get back to business, she's also a businesswoman, providing multiple streams of income. And that's not all. Clearly, this Proverbs 31 woman is killing the game in the area of Wifey 101, because throughout the chapter, we see various ways in which she improves the life of her husband and brings value to the relationship. She also teaches us that it is very important for our husbands to trust us, not just in a I trust that you will never cheat on me type of way, because it's much deeper than that. A man needs to know that everything, his dreams, goals, insecurities, fears, secrets, flaws, and even his heart is safe in our hands. We're also taught to do him good and not evil all the days of our life. And a man will know this through our actions toward him. Overall, making a man's life better brings worth to it. Now, we've all heard the expression, behind every great man is a great woman, right? Well, this is not just a tired old cliche based upon Coretta Scott King and the Jackie O's of the world. This truth is proven by this Proverb 31 woman, for she makes her husband's name well known in the gates because she did her job well. As I end, it is vital to know this story as an example so we as women can understand that a godly wife knows her worth and she uses it well, not just for selfish gain and ambition, but she uses it to enrich others and to make her husband feel like a king. And because of this, her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also. He praises her, and their home and life is blessed.